A stunned and crushed Diddy spotted at the home where his ex unexpectedly and strangely kicked the bucket. My entire thing about it is that it was consistently between those two genuinely, yet Kim became weary of. And she wasn't taking him assuming he put his hands on her, she was going at him. Greetings juicers invite back to the juice bar. Did Kim Watchman's passing unfurl as an unfortunate occurrence, or are secret bits of insight hiding underneath the surface as stunning disclosures arose encompassing the baffling conditions of Watchman's passing? Get ready to be enamored. For what reason did her nearest certain Kimora Lee interest the case be resumed? What provoked doubts about the underlying examination? And what dim privileged insights exist in the pages of an illegal book Diddy is frantic to smother? Go along with us on an excursion loaded up with misdirection, affirmed misuse, and a snare of interconnected passings. Prepare yourselves as we dig into the tangled trap of Kim Watchman's end, leaving you pondering, was it an instance of treachery, or simply a progression of terrible happenstances? So present yourself with some tea, and we should get into it in a stunning new development. Allies, friends, and family, and dear companions are clamoring for the situation to be returned, reigniting the quest for answers. Yet what has Kimora Lee, what a Watchman's closest companions, uncovered about this confounding circumstance as the lamentable photographs and recordings from the pivotal day arose, catching Lee's staggering misery? Her Instagram recognition resounded with crude inclination. Attempting to fathom the news, she communicated her underlying resentment towards the horrible tricksters who guaranteed Watchman was calmly sleeping in her room anyway. Late disclosures have tossed the authority account into uncertainty, testing the idea that pneumonia prompted Dorman's end only days after the fact. Thunderings from her superstar circle recommend of 4 additional tangled reality, painting the acknowledged story as just a shaky veneer, a frightening happenstance, as arisen, adding to the developing interest encompassing Kim Dorman's confusing case. The representative coroner at Winter, who at first regulated Dorman's examination, died half a month prior, makes this especially eyebrow raising. That colder time of year was a similar coroner who recognized a dubious poison while looking at Dorman's case. As a matter of fact, he communicated the earnest requirement for additional examination anyway. The light was quickly passed to another coroner, prompting a drawn-out period before the end was arrived at that Dorman had surrendered to pneumonia, the planning of Winter's unfavorable end. And the ensuing handover brings up issues about the chain of occasions and the real essence of Watchman's grievous end. She additionally frantically endeavored to connect with her essential specialist in the days going before her sad passing, detecting something was all right anyway. Her endeavors to make contact were to no end, leaving her confused, as she had never experienced such trouble contacting her PCP. Dorman trusted in Diddy illuminating her regarding her battles associating with her situation. Accordingly, Diddy purportedly guided her to Declaration Web Specialist, a fascinating turn adding to the interest encompassing the course of events, paving the way to Watchman's end. Fran Ally have shared one more puzzling subtlety. As per them, did he guarantee that Request had sent their twins to his consideration, referring to her craving to safeguard them from getting influenza shots? Supposedly Watchman, feeling unwell with this season's virus, chose to get the kids far from likely sickness and shared them with Diddy's oversight. Incredibly, on one event, as a companion monitored Watchman, she expressed sincere words to Diddy entreating him to really focus on their priceless minimal one anyway. Sources considered dependable have introduced a differentiating account. They stated the actual twins unveiled the 2 of Kim's nearby sweethearts, that they had proactively been booked to invest their energy with their dad. Subsequently, they kept up with that. Their mom's sickness corresponded just by chance. These clashing story races doubts in regards to Diddy's cases about Dorman sending the youngsters to him without earlier arranging further, covering the conditions encompassing her less than ideal passing invulnerability. The juiciest news generally accompanies a wind, and the situation starts to get interesting with every disclosure. Incredibly, 2 of Dorman's regarded big-name companions volunteered to get in touch with her essential specialist, just to be met with a stunning reaction. The specialist professed to have never gotten any correspondence from him and pronounced obliviousness of her ailment. apparently somebody might have caught and impeded her endeavors to connect, proposing a stealthy intercession. Yet hang on close, for the story veers off in a direction. The night prior to her sad passing, Kim Dorman connected with the chosen handful companions, sending them a disturbing instant message that read, "He got me." The message suggested the chance of unfairness, hinting that she had been harmed. While such stunning disclosures are not remarkable in the stylish universe of Hollywood, where clandestine techniques can impersonate side effects of coronary episodes and pneumonia, the ramifications are obviously spine-chilling. Stoking the shoot, her telephone was supposedly seized upon Diddy's landing in Tim Watchman's home, joined by security faculty. One of the concerned companions even scrutinized Diddy's distraction with a telephone. Given the new passing of Kim, questions started to twirl among the internal circle in regards to the conditions encompassing Kim's end as errors arose. Assume the authority report keeps up with that. She calmly capitulated to pneumonia in her sleeve. How would we make sense of the disclosure of blood on her pillowcases at a weak path driving from the room to the restroom? Amazingly, it is uncovered that Kim was not inert in her bed yet, rather on the restroom floor. The chance emerges that her position in bed might have been decisively coordinated. While the witness's identity remains unclosed, hypotheses emerge that the voice might have a place with Kimora, one of Kim's nearest certainty. It shocks no one that she too harbored unanswered inquiries, considering Diddy's set of experiences with ladies resuming the case and seeking after an unjust demise claim innocuous appeared to be unrealistic. After this is a similar man who fathered a kid with one more lady while Kim was pregnant, as though unfaithfulness weren't an adequate number of reports of Diddy exposing Kim to verbal, profound, and actual maltreatment surface. His previous protector quality arrangement substantiates these cases, describing episodes where Diddy purportedly broke Kim's nose, later veiled as plastic medical procedure, and surprisingly put a match to the wrist. During a warmed fight, another ex-accomplice of Diddy, Gina, ventures forward to uncover the nerve-wracking therapy she persevered during their relationship. But Gina uncovers the upsetting profundities of mental close to home and actual maltreatment she endured because of Diddy. In a chilling record, she describes an episode where he powerfully eliminated one of her heels and endeavored to throw it at her, followed by a rough demonstration that left her with a draining nose. Unfortunately, Gina's maltreatment reached out past the domain of feelings and left her with a tragic errand of firing various pregnancies. Obviously, Kim's companions, including Kimura, advocate for an exhaustive examination. Reports show that Kim's loved ones are as of now looking for legitimate advice, with plans to document an illegitimate demise claim against Diddy. The family professes to have significant actual proof that upholds their conviction that Kim's passing was not because of regular causes. The overwhelming misfortune they have endured has broken them, energizing their assurance to look for equity. To additional shed light on the reality of the situation, Kim's friends and family have been chipping away at a book that reveals the untold subtleties of her life. Anyway, Diddy, apparently frantic to stifle the disclosures, has applied strain to forestall its distribution. A supporter of the book revealed that Diddy hosts mediated applying impact on all gatherings engaged with his creation. One can grasp the reason why Diddy would be worried about its delivery, as the two of them supposedly opens the degree to which Kim went to satisfy him, including her endeavors to forestall experiences among Diddy and others. For example, I'll be certain it additionally dives into the shadowy universe of the East Coast-West Coast contention, as opposed to holding up that the music business controlled occasions to wipe out Tupac and Big Deal getting their Lord's charges arise. That Pot and Big Deal intend to join against Terrible Kid and Death Row to declare their freedoms, a disclosure expected to be uncovered in the book. Additionally, the book digs into how Kim was misread at her bookkeeping episodes. For example, her house is under observation, her telephone lines being tapped, and Diddy utilizing staff to screen everything she might do intently. It even addresses Diddy's constant quest for full guardianship of their twins, while Kim and Resistance took steps to uncover him if he wanted to remove their youngsters from her. The proof in regards to Diddy's supposed contribution in unlawful exercises and his security of down low way of life further adds to the interest and intricacy encompassing the circumstance, the scary example of less than ideal demise, encompassing those associated with Diddy races, doubts Cam Dorman, a long-term worker, died alongside others like Underweighty D and Nation Envoy. Intriguingly, they were undeniably engaged with imaginative tasks. Before their end, the excess people Diddy at all keep on drawing consideration with fears of standing up because of potential results. Figures like Kimora siphon. Read cautiously. The expectation stays that reality will surface in the event that you like this video. Remember to stir things up around town button and buy in for all the Hollywood tea and dramatization. In the event that there's juice to be had, you can depend on Miss Juice to carry it to you.